So overall, I think Xbox has had a really good 2024 thus far. When you look at what they're doing with their games and their software and the IPs that they have, I think they're doing a pretty solid job of making people excited for the future of Xbox studio games. When you look at our fake E3 summer showcases, to me, think that Xbox was the best out of all of them. I think the Nintendo Direct was in a close second, and somewhere way down the line was the Sony State of Play, but that's just my opinion. I've seen people online say the Direct was better. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I don't care. It's just my opinion on it. I just liked some of the games that I saw from Xbox. But the problem with Xbox, and really it's been the problem for like really the last decade or so, is there's always this thing looming over their head. There's always this thing in the back of Xbox fans' minds, and it's like, do we really trust this company? Do we really trust Xbox when it comes to doing what they say and saying what they do? Because when you look at the figureheads of Xbox, it's kind of a three-headed hydra. And two of those people I don't really trust, and the verdict is kind of out on the other person. When it comes to Phil Spencer and Matt Booty, who we've renamed Matt Ass on this channel, I don't trust them. I don't. I don't think they know what they're saying half the time. I don't think they're very good figureheads. I don't think they're very good public speakers because they're constantly walking back on things they've said previously. Out of the three, Sarah Bond is obviously the most sort of level-headed and grounded person, and more than likely you could probably trust her a little bit more than you can these other two schmucks. But of course, Xbox found themselves at some scrutiny earlier on this year with the closing of Tango Gameworks, a somewhat cult but very popular studio when it comes to games. You know, they've done stuff like The Evil Within, Ghostwire Tokyo, and most recently they of course did Hi-Fi Rush. Now, Hi-Fi Rush was a surprise game for Xbox owners in 2023. It was stealth dropped earlier in the year, and everyone seemed happy with this game. Everyone seemed happy with the performance of this game. I know Xbox was touting that 3 million plus players had played this game. Everyone seemed excited for it. It was a pretty decent hit on Game Pass. Of course, then it was announced that it was coming to the PlayStation 5, so you would think this studio would be in a good place. People would be excited for this. Xbox found a bit of a hidden gem with Tango Gameworks, and now they have this new company to help them with Japanese-style games because it's obviously something that Xbox struggles with, and then Xbox closed them down. And the only thing we really heard about this close down were some very interesting quotes that may or may not have been related to the studio themselves, with Matt Booty, aka Matt Ass, saying things like, "Oh, we want, a company that's going to get us a high Metacritic and win us awards." And it's like, I mean, that's kind of what Hi-Fi Rush did. But in a recent interview done with Variety that was transcribed by Video Games Chronicles, but their website, oh my God, their website kind of stinks and like has way too many ads and I can't see it. So Genki over on Twitter was kind enough to put this out there. A quote was done by Matt Booty when asked about Tango Gameworks shutting down, and oh God, these people just shut up. Just shut up. Just be like, oh, it was a hard decision and, something that we took very seriously. And, hopefully, maybe we can work with some of these people that were at the company again. But no. Look at this stupid bastard. Matt Booty implies Tango Gameworks was closed due to change in leadership. There are a lot of things that go into the success for a game. What leadership do you have? What creative leadership do you have? Is this the same team, or is this the same team that shipped something successfully previously? And of course, Shinji Mikami had left Tango last year. So essentially what this is doing is, hey, this wasn't our fault. This isn't an Xbox. This isn't because of Xbox. This isn't because of us. It's because Shinji Mikami left. And when Shinji Mikami left, well, it wasn't the same leadership. We had no choice. Accountability. What do I always say? Nobody has accountability anymore. If I screw up, if I do something stupid, do I hold myself accountable? 100%. I think I do a very good job of doing stuff like this. But it seems like I'm the outsider in this world. And everyone else in this world is just like, oh, shit, just blame somebody else. Just blame somebody else. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to release a statement and then it's just my word against their word. Who cares? Who cares? It's just going to be a pissing contest. So let's look at this statement here. So yes, Shinji Mikami did leave Tango. But did Shinji Mikami make Hi-Fi Rush? Was he the reason that Hi-Fi Rush was successful? Because as far as I know, he was just like an overseer for that project. All of the people, the actual people who made Hi-Fi Rush were still with Tango. There wasn't some big mass exodus when Shinji Mikami left. These people were still working at Tango. People leave companies. So if Phil Spencer leaves Xbox, Xbox is like, that's it. We're done here. If Shigeru Miyamoto retires, that's it. We're done here. We got to move on. Should Nintendo have closed when Iwata passed away? Like, what are you saying? Why can't you just be honest with people? And of course, people are just roasting them in the comments. You know, like, just accountability. It sounds like Matt Booty is shifting the responsibility. Surely, with all the talent Tango had in-house, somebody could have stepped into a leadership role. You know, just talking out of his booty. The creative lead was John Johannes, who is still there. The sales issues are because of Game Pass. There was limited marketing. It was a stealth drop. Like, you're just making excuses here. Maybe Matt Booty is the one that needs to go. But then, see, what happens there? If we get rid of Matt Booty, Xbox is going to have to shut down forever because there's been a change in leadership. So now we have to throw you away. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why Phil Spencer and Matt Booty feel the need to talk. Why are you doing interviews? Why? And I know you're saying to yourself, well, RGT, when the studio's closed and all this stuff was happening, you asked for Phil Spencer to say something. I did. Because at that time, you need to say something instead of having just Sarah Bond fend for herself. But now that the dust has settled, now all of a sudden we're coming out with little quotes about the closing of Tango. Like, just admit that you messed up with this. Because you could have had someone else come in and handle this situation. You could have had someone else come in as the leadership role for this studio. This studio, they didn't expect this. They were blindsided by being shut down because in their mind, everything was hunky-dory. But because of Xbox business models, with things like a strong emphasis on Game Pass, sort of circumventing hardcore game sales, which shouldn't really matter because your whole thing is you want people to sign up for Game Pass. You don't necessarily care about game sales, but you do care about game sales. You care about Metacritic because they had one of your highest Metacritic scores in decades. I don't get it. And this is the problem with Xbox. This is why I can never fully commit to Xbox, because there's just so many mixed messages. There's just so much nonsense. There's no accountability. Their plans change on a week-to-week basis. It's just these 4 games. We're bringing more games to more platforms. Game Pass is the future. Call of Duty, it might not be on Game Pass. Oh, it's on Game Pass. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Find an identity and stick with it. Because right now, your identity is confusion. So what do you think about Mr. Matt Ass's statement here about Tango? Because it's just ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. It's shifting blame. I believe this is a you problem, Xbox. I believe this is a you problem, Xbox leadership. And if you can't acknowledge that, if you're just going to put the blame on somebody leaving the studio that had nothing to really do with the last project that you had the studio do, that was very successful in terms of Metacritic, was very successful in terms of winning awards, and by your own admission, was successful on Game Pass, like, what more do you want? What more do you expect? What more can you really do? Ninja Theory, y'all better be clutching your pearls, man. I don't give a damn what anyone says. Y'all better be worried. Y'all better be worried. Get that resume ready. Just in case. Just in case. Get that resume ready. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share the video around as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.